Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Good afternoon, everyone. The devotional today will be led by Representative Ashley Bartley of Fairfax.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've always loved spring. The snow starts to melt, days become longer, and the sun starts to rewarm the earth. But my favorite part about spring is today, opening day. An opening day in the Bartley family is as good as any holiday. You see, the first time I saw my husband cry was when Derek Jeter's number 2 was retired at Yankee Stadium. My son could recite every Yankee chant before he could form actual sentences. When our dog has gotten into something he shouldn't, you might hear me yell his full name, Duke Jeter Bartley. And after 15 hours of labor, my daughter came into this world to the sound of Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. All 15 hours. I promise I'm not here to inundate you with my love and my dedication to the New York Yankees, but to hopefully impart on you the lesson I have taken from baseball and how I see them in this chamber every day. Serving these last 3 months, I have learned, is similar to playing on a baseball team. Like playing in the fields, decisions are never made individually, but as a whole. As legislators, we rely on the support of those around us in our caucus, in our committees, and our staff to complete the good work we do each and every day. Regardless of our affiliation, we are here today serving in this chamber because of our love for the state of Vermont, a deep love we all share, making us a team. Speaking of the work we do every day, a great Yankee, Yogi Berra, once said, "Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. Just don't fight about it, just try to be better." I think we can all agree some days are better than others. Whether we like it or not, or whether you feel like you've lost or feel like you've won, we come back the next day to do it over again, because we know that the work we are doing is for a better future for Vermont. And in order to do this, we must strive to be better ourselves. My husband has always been incredibly supportive of my decision to run. And in our first discussions, he said, if you run, you need to leave it on the field. Leaving it on the field has become a Bartley family motto. Both my husband and I are T-ball coaches for my son, and we often tell his team, it does not matter if you win or lose, though they don't like to hear that. What matters is that you show up, you had fun, and you gave it all you got. So today, like any other day, but especially on opening day, I implore you all to continue to show up, leave it on the field, and give it all you got. And of course, root for the Yankees.
Members, we have one House bill for introduction today. House Bill 503 is an act relating to the approval of amendments to the charter of the town of St. Johnsbury, introduced by Representatives Beck of St. Johnsbury and Campbell of St. Johnsbury. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H 503, an act relating to approval of amendments to the charter of the town of St. Johnsbury.
Now the bill has been read the first time and is referred to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs. We also have one Senate bill for referral today. Senate Bill 33 is an act relating to miscellaneous judiciary procedures introduced by Senator Sears. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S 33, an act relating to miscellaneous judiciary procedures.
Now the bill has been read the first time and is referred to the Committee on Judiciary. Members, we have received a request to read a House concurrent resolution that the House and the Senate adopted pursuant to the consent calendar. HCR 70 is a House concurrent resolution honoring Heidi Beltz for her outstanding contribution to public education in the town of Ludlow. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas, for nearly 4 decades, elementary school students in the town of Ludlow have derived great educational benefit from the academic mentoring of Heidi Bates, who, as a granddaughter of a former Black River High School principal, has continued the family pedagogic tradition. And whereas originally a special education teacher and as a dedicated lifelong learner, Heidi Bates earned a master's degree at the University of Vermont and later a certificate of advanced graduate studies from the University of Southern New Hampshire. And whereas Heidi Bates has developed a living history project in collaboration with the Black River Academy Museum, and in one instance, her sixth graders each selected an historic home and its past owner, a leading Ludlow personality, to study, and then portrayed the individual owners as part of a public walking tour. And whereas, as the school's wellness leader, Heidi Bates has organized healthy lunch days with menus she often prepared personally, hosted speakers on diet and wellness, arranged a master chef competition, and facilitated after-school classes in yoga and Pilates. And whereas personal wellness is important for Heidi Bates as she regularly hikes and practices yoga, as well as bikes, does circuit training, dances, skates, swims, and at home she's a prolific gardener. And whereas Heidi Bates is a person of deep spirituality who has a meaningful association with the Benedictine monks of the Western Priori. And whereas in June 2023, Heidi Bates will conclude her stellar teaching career, but she will no doubt remain active in Ludlow. Now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly honors Heidi Bates for her outstanding contribution to public education in the town of Ludlow. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Heidi Bates.
Are there any announcements? Member from Ludlow.
Madam Speaker, you just heard a resolution in recognition of Heidi Bates, who is retiring in June after 38 years in education. She was in the building this afternoon with her class, but was not able to stay for our session this afternoon because their bus was needed back at the school. It was important for me to sponsor the resolution because Ms. Bates is undoubtedly one of the reasons I'm in this building today. She was my teacher in 5th and 6th grades. She is the reason I know the phases of the moon. Her lessons were some of my earliest in civics and the political process. She brought in local legislators for student-moderated public forums during election years, which I have been honored to participate in multiple times, now from the other side of the table. Although she is not in the room, she is watching on YouTube, so I do ask that the body join me in thanking her for her years of service to my community and our state.
Please join me in giving her a round of applause. Member from Westminster.
Madam Speaker, the member from Putney and I share two guests today. Technically, they are his constituents. They used to be mine, but after redistricting, Dummerston now belongs solely to Representative Mrowicki. But my sister, Chandra Bassard, and my niece, Kai Bassard-Kruger, who live in a straw bale house off the grid in Dummerston, are visiting today. And I hope we can give them a hearty welcome.
Will the guest and the member from Westminster please rise and be recognized? Member from South Burlington.
Just a quick announcement that the Pages have asked me to help them recognize and appreciate the birthday of one of their colleagues, Jackie, who is part of the Sergeant at Arms and stands at the door over by the card room.
Oh, happy birthday. Member from Bennington.
Madam Speaker, there's also another person in green coat today that's celebrating a birthday. One of our pages, Connor Noyes, he's sitting in the back of the room.
Happy birthday. Member from Essex.
Madam Speaker, the Social Equity Caucus will be holding our hybrid meeting today on Zoom and in room 41, where we'll hear updates from community organizations and community activists. Hope to see you there.
Member from Woodstock.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a guest here today, Alexis Marie Reed from Woodstock Union High School. She's a 10th grader, and I would love for us to honor her.
Will the guest and the member from Woodstock please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements, member from Richmond?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The member from Williston and I have a guest in the balcony. Our University of Vermont intern, Noah Ampe, is joining us in the gallery today, and we would like to thank him so much for his work and support this session.
Will the guest and the member from Richmond please rise and be recognized? Member from Castleton.
Oh, thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to take a moment and thank all the folks that were able to attend the event held by the Vermont State Colleges and the Lieutenant Governor's Office today. And I'm not sure how many folks are left here from the event. I had some constituents, but they got summoned over to the Senate chamber. So unfortunately, they are in this chamber, but they're in the Senate's chamber. So I just want to take a moment to thank all the legislators that were able to attend that event today. And I particularly wanted to thank the students that volunteered at the event, as well as the faculty members and the staff members who held the event today. Thank you.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none, orders of the day. Members, we'll begin with House Bill 276, which is an act relating to creating a rental housing registry. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H 276, an act relating to creating a rental housing registry.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Next is House Bill 479, which is an act relating the transportation program and miscellaneous changes to laws related to transportation. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H 479, an act relating to the transportation program and miscellaneous changes to laws related to transportation.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? Member from Newfane.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to share my deep appreciation for the work of our Transportation and Ways and Means Committees on H 479. This bill expands our infrastructure, modernizes our transportation system, and supports our ongoing work to address climate change. Due to the importance of this work and of this bill, I ask that when the vote is taken, it be taken by roll.
The member from Newfane requests that when the vote is taken, it be taken by roll. Is the member sustained? The member is sustained. When the vote is taken, it will be taken by roll. The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, the clerk shall commence to call the roll.
Andrews of Westford.
Yes. 2 minutes. Will the House come to order and members kindly take their seats? Will the House please come to order? I would like to remind members that we are in the middle of a roll call vote. Members and guests are prohibited from using computers, phones, or any type of electronic device. Please refrain from the passing of notes and conversation during the roll call. When the clerk calls your name, please answer in a loud and clear voice so your vote can be accurately recorded by the clerk. The question is, shall the bill pass? Will the clerk please continue to call the roll?
Andriano of Orwell. Anthony of Berry City. Yes. Arison of Weathersfield. Arsenault of Williston. Yes. Austin of Colchester. Bartholomew of Heartland. Yes. Bartley of Fairfax. No. Beck of St. Johnsbury. No. Berbecco of Winooski. Yes. Byrong of Virgins. Yes. Black of Essex. Yes. Bloomley of Burlington. Yes. Bongarts of Manchester. Yes. Boslin of Westminster. Yes. Boyden of Cambridge. Yes. Brady of Williston. Yes. Brannigan of Georgia. No. Brennan of Colchester. Brown of Richmond. Yes. Brownell of Pownell. Brumstead of Shelburne. Yes. Burdett of West Rutland. Burke of Brattleboro.
Yes.
Burrows of West Windsor.
Yes.
Buss of Woodstock. Yes. Campbell of St. Johnsbury. Yes. Canfield of Fairhaven. Carpenter of Hyde Park. Yes. Carroll of Bennington. Yes. Casey of Montpelier.
Yes.
Chapin of East Montpelier. Chase of Chester.
Yes.
Chase of Colchester.
Yes.
Chestnut Tandreman of Middletown Springs. Christie of Hartford.
Yes.
Sheena of Burlington.
Yes.
Clifford of Rutland City. Coffey of Guilford.
Yes.
Cole of Hartford.
Yes.
Conlon of Cornwall.
Yes.
Corcoran of Bennington.
Yes.
Cordes of Lincoln.
Yes.
DeMar of Enosburg. Demrow of Corinth.
Yes.
Dickinson of St. Albans Town.
No.
Dodge of Essex. Dolan of Essex Junction. Dolan of Waitsfield. Donahue of Northfield. Durfee of Shaftesbury. Elder of Starksboro. Emmons of Springfield.
Yes.
Farley's Rubio of Barnet.
Yes.
Galfetti of Berrytown.
No.
Garifano of Essex.
Yes.
Goldman of Rockingham.
Yes.
Ghostland of Northfield.
No.
Graham of Williamstown.
No.
Granning of Jericho.
Yes.
Gregoire of Fairfield.
No.
Hango of Berkshire.
No.
Harrison of Chittenden.
No.
Hedrick of Burlington.
Yes.
Higley of Lowell.
No.
Holcomb of Norwich.
Yes.
Hooper of Randolph. Hooper of Burlington. Houghton of Essex Junction.
Yes.
Howard of Rutland City.
Yes.
Hyman of South Burlington.
Yes.
James of Manchester.
Yes.
Jerome of Brandon.
Yes.
Kornheiser of Brattleboro. Krasnow of South Burlington.
Yes.
Labor of Morgan. LaBounty of Linden. Lally of Shelburne.
Yes.
Lalonde of South Burlington.
Yes.
Lamont of Morristown. Lanford of Virgins.
Yes.
LaRush of Franklin. Levitt of Grand Isle.
Yes.
Lipsky of Stowe. Logan of Burlington. Long of Newfane.
Yes.
McGuire of Rutland City. Marcotte of Coventry. Mazin of Thetford. Matos of Milton. McCann of Montpelier.
Yes.
McCarthy of St. Albans City. McCoy of Pulteney. McFawn of Berrytown. McGill of Bridport. Mahaly of Calais. Minier of South Burlington. Morgan of Milton. Morris of Springfield. Morrissey of Bennington. Mrowicki of Putney. Mulvaney Stanek of Burlington.
Yes.
Nicole of Ludlow. Knott of Rutland City. Noyes of Wolcott. Nugent of South Burlington. O'Brien of Tunbridge. Odie Burlington. Oliver Sheldon. Page of Newport City. Payala of Londonderry. Parsons of Newberry. Pat of Worcester. Pearl of Danville. Peterson of Clarendon. Pouch of Heidelberg. Priestley of Bradford. Rachelson of Burlington. Rice of Dorset. Roberts of Halifax. Stamus of Castleton. Sakowitz of Randolph. Shy of Middlebury. Shaw of Pittsford. Sheldon of Middlebury. Sibilia of Dover. Sims of Craftsbury. Small of Winooski. Smith of Derby. Squirrel of Underhill. Stebbins of Burlington. Stevens of Waterbury. Stone of Burlington. Supernaut of Barnard. Taylor of Milton. Taylor of Colchester. Templeman of Brownington. Toledo of Brattleboro. Toof of St. Albans Town. Torrey of Moortown. Troiano of Stannard. Walker of Swanton. Waters Evans of Charlotte. White of Bethel. Whitman of Bennington. Williams of Berry City. Williams of Granby. Wilson of Linden. Wood of Waterbury. Andriano of Orwell. Brownell of Pownell. Chapin at East Montpelier. Durfee of Shaftesbury. Hooper of Randolph. LeBounty of Linden. Marcotte of Coventry. Knott of Rutland City. Odie of Burlington. Payala of Londonderry. Pearl of Danville. Whitman of Bennington.
For purpose of explanation, member from Castleton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to take this opportunity to remind this body any extra fees in any program are a burden to the most economically vulnerable Vermonters in a time of stagnant wages, record high inflation, and record high cost of living. For these reasons, I cannot in good conscience support this bill. Thank you.
Member from Brattleboro.
Madam Speaker, may I explain my vote?
You may.
I vote yes because I know that Vermonters care about their roads and want them to sustain into the future.
Member from Guilford.
Madam Speaker, may I explain my vote?
You may.
I vote yes on H479. This bill invests $850 million to maintain critical roads and infrastructure in our state. It also supports our targets for addressing climate change. This is an act of fiscal responsibility.
Member from Dover.
Madam Speaker, may I explain my vote?
You may.
In this bill, the Rural Caucus had proposed electrification infrastructure, and we are really pleased to see that that was included as part of this bill. So I'm voting yes.
Members, please listen to the results of your vote. Those voting yes, 100. Those voting no, 39. The ayes have it, and you have passed the bill. Members, at this time, we've received word that there's an amendment coming on 483, and another committee needs to hear an amendment on 486. So at this time, the House will stand in recess until the fall of the gavel at approximately 2:10 p.m. The House stands in recess.